Welcome back, everyone, and apologies. We've had a change of schedule to be able to allow Zane Navertil to rest before coming into that bronze medal match, which makes complete sense.
Right.
So I apologize. I gave some incorrect information based on, obviously we see how these play out and then, adjust accordingly as we go. So we're going to have our women's pro doubles gold medal match coming up right now, and that will be followed by the men's doubles bronze medal match, the men's doubles gold medal match, and then our mixed doubles bronze medal match and mixed doubles gold to conclude our day here on Championship Medal Match Sunday. So apologies again. We made that change after, that last match went to that tiebreaker and was a lot for Navertil, so we're giving him some time to recover before he gets into that bronze medal match. So of course, a fabulous matchup coming here. We're going to have Jessie Irvine and Andrea Koop taking on Irina Tereschenko and Vivian David here on Championship Court after just a few final moments of warming up. Lauren McLaughlin along with Daniel Roditi here on the mics for our day. And this is going to be a very good matchup. Again, for those of you at home wondering, Leah Jansen and Lauren Stratman had to withdraw from the bronze medal match as Leah Jansen was having some issues with her diabetes this morning. So for the sake of her health, they withdrew, putting Koop and Irvine into the gold medal match here by a withdrawal from them. So, of course, Stratman and Jansen are our bronze medalists here today at the APP Mesa Open. And the sun is now hitting us, so I am shedding layers like crazy, and I feel like my left side's on fire, quite frankly, right now, which is Arizona for you. Freezing in the morning, burn you during the day,
right,
and then freezing at night. So all of you in Arizona that are Arizona snowbirds know exactly what I'm talking about. So certainly a little different than the Florida winters, but it's been a phenomenal day of pickleball so far, and we still have, as we mentioned, those 5 matches left to come. Spencer Laurent rocking it out here. Pickleball TV is his production company. He does do a lot of work with Boxcar, so we've certainly seen him at a lot of our tournaments, but very excited to have him here. He's absolutely crushing it, along with Mitch, who's helping him out, Steve Taylor, and Cameron Taylor behind the scenes helping out as well. So again, takes a village here for these tournaments, and can't thank Legacy Sports Complex enough. This is a brand new, and when I say brand new, I do mean brand new. It was literally finished last week here, so the pickleball courts were just finished, painted lines, all that good stuff. Within the last week, the stadium court was built and finished within the last week. So of course, there's some things that can be improved upon and built upon, but they just did an absolutely outstanding job here at Legacy at Bell Bank Park, getting this facility, the pickleball facility part of this park, ready to go for our tournament. This is the first ever pickleball event that they've held here, obviously. So we will be back in March for the APP Tour for a second time. And we expect it will be bigger and better than ever, as they're still doing construction on some parking lots and things around this beautiful complex that has pretty much every sport that you could possibly want offered. But we have a gold medal match right now. Kicking off, Andrea Koop and Jessie Irvine on the near end, Vivian David and Irina Tereschenko on the far end to start us off here in Game 1. Since Koop and Irvine are coming through our back draw, if, again, they win this 2 out of 3 portion of the gold medal match, it'll force that tiebreaker to 15. We'll see how Tereschenko and David can do fighting off that tiebreaker match.
Great shot by Vivian David there right up the middle after opening up the court by pushing Koop out wide. We expect to see a lot of quick exchanges in this match. All 4 of these ladies can hit the ball really hard, all have great hands, so we should have some really fun exchanges here.
Tereschenko gets a little caught up in the fence back there. Again, this is a first-time partnership for both Koop and Irvine as well as David and Tereschenko.
Misses that forehand. Really, same shot she just made a winner with, and she just not able to do it again that time.
Next double, Surreal 60-65 plus.
It's not uncommon early on in the match to see maybe a few more errors. Players, even though they know each other well, still trying to get in the flow of the match. So that'll happen. And we see an attack by Koop.
It's a good speed up, but Vivian David
was ready for it.
with that two-handed backhand that she loves.
Yeah, not only
Puts
gets a
it in a good
paddle
spot.
on it, but yeah, it's a winner. Great job.
There's the high kick from Vivian David. We'll see a few of those, I think.
Yeah, this time it wasn't to try to get the ball to go over the net. This
It's a
was
frustrated high kick.
Yeah, frustrated high kick.
Who knew there were so many different kinds of high kicks?
Right. I can't do that. I'll pull a hamstring.
All right, 1-2-2 here in game one of this gold medal match. See Koop and Irvine mixing it up a little on which side they're going to stack on.
This misses wide. We see Koop attacking. David was able to respond, but still led to an error there. Ooh, big swing by Irvine.
With great power comes great responsibility.
Exactly.
And Irvine has that power. She just occasionally gets a little unruly.
Right, you could kill somebody with that shot. Oh, Tereschenko a little bit unsure if David was going to stay there after her poach. Went behind her and then realized David was planning on going back, and kind of back to what you were saying, right? It's a new partnership, so sometimes those kinds of things, you're not totally sure what your partner is going to do.
Sails long. And you mentioned, a lot of times the players will say they know everyone's game really well. But there is a difference between playing against someone whose game you know really well and with them.
Right.
So even if you know their game, it might not mesh well with yours, which is why, we see certain partnerships and we don't see others. Or we
Right.
see them one time and never again because it just doesn't work. And that's totally fine.
Right.
Wow, what an exchange. Okay, phenomenal,
Nice.
phenomenal rally there.
You could see.
Everybody getting a piece of that.
Could see David's reaction there. Felt like she was a little lucky that Irvine didn't put that backhand right back on her. She's certainly capable of that. And to what you were saying with the partnerships, and it's not just, of course, the game meshing, but the personalities, right?
Exactly.
The chemistry is just such a big part of playing with somebody. Irvine gets jammed a little bit there. see a little bit of the sun there and the shadows. It is a little tricky to be able to see the ball when it's in and out of the sun, in and out of the shadows.
A.W. Johnson to the Franklin medal stand. Jada to the Franklin stand.
And we saw a hop instead of a kick to make the ball go over.
Whatever works.
Yes.
Getting a lot of good movement here in the stink rally. And David decides she is going to attack up that sideline behind Irvine.
Yeah, catches her a little bit by surprise.
Does exactly what she wanted it to do. We haven't seen too many high kicks in the middle of a rally while play is still going on. It's usually at the end or kind of like right at the end, trickle the ball over. But Vivian David's getting real loose with those high kicks, I got to say. I'm very impressed.
Good leave there.
Vicki Ryan is our #1 referee for this gold medal match. Low. Oh, nice lob there from Koop.
Yep.
You know, David was there to take it. Did push her back off the line a good amount, and then the miss hit there, not getting on top of that ball enough. Nice hands.
Nice job by Koop there. Sliding a little bit to her left to be able to get that forehand down. There it is. She doesn't miss this time. She had missed a couple of those, but this time she had it pretty dialed in. Famous Irvine backhand. Just a great return there by David, pushing Irvine so far back. It was tough to get that ball to get over the net.
So in the main draw, Tereschenko and David came out on top of Irvine and Koop in the winner bracket final. Excuse me, in the semifinals in 3. So it took them 3 games to get it done. So Irvine and Koop are definitely going to make them work for it here again in the gold medal match. That final score was 8-11, 11-2, 14-12.
Yeah, close match. Great matches yesterday that we had a chance to see here on championship court.
Good spot, very awkward place on David's body. It doesn't allow her to get a good paddle on that.
Yeah, she's done that a couple times here in the last few points. First one was kind of at the right hip. This time it was a little higher at the kind of right shoulder of David. Big smiles from David.
She's like, sorry, partner, I hit that out ball.
Great job by Koop there, jumping into the middle. Again, kind of with a 1-2 backhand, forehand combo. You'll see this. You know, Irvine has been a little more aggressive in the middle, but she saw that Koop was feeling confident jumping in the middle. She slid kind of out of the way so that Koop could finish out that point.
Nice poach there from Irvine, and then good switch. Oh, nice job by Tereschenko, speeding it up, gets the pop up from Irvine.
Yeah, just
Was able to
jams
put
her.
that away.
Yep.
Again, we talk about a lot that speed up isn't meant to be a winner when they speed it up. It's meant to set up a chain of events that leads to them getting
Right.
a put away.
Right, often kind of that 1-2 that we've talked about, the combination.
Oh, it's coming back. Wow, that ball made it just far enough that Irvine could
Great
take that out of
job
the
by
air.
Tereschenko getting to that ball. See that? Irvine sees her trying to run back and goes behind her a little bit. Great hands by Koop. Great job. I mean, we talked a lot about this yesterday, how well these women use that transition zone, backing up when the ball is high, but then being able to reset and then getting back to that kitchen line.
Absolutely. See Scott Crandall there giving a little advice to his very good friend Jesse Irvine. Right now they are out in front by 3. This timeout called by Tereschenko and David.
Of course, he had his
Oh, he sure
gold
did.
medal yesterday in a marathon match, and came out on top. So
He almost made me
congrats.
cry. He was emotional at the end of that. You know, they really had to fight for it.
Yes,
They double dipped John Sperling and Mircea Murariu.
yeah.
That
In
gold medal,
between
him and Rick
that,
Witzkin.
in between that match and the tiebreak, we were actually talking, and he talked about giving up a 14-10 lead once to me, and he started thinking about it in the match, and he said that's why he was emotional, because he was up and then felt that like it could slip away, and then was able to close it out. So just a congrats once again to Witzkin and Crandall on their gold medal.
All right, back from this timeout here in game 1 of our gold medal match in women's pro doubles. All right, Koop and Irvine continue to roll here in game 1.
Great job. Tereschenko sees Irvine crashing. You see the replay here. She can see her sliding to the middle there, and it just punches it behind her.
Tereschenko already securing herself a gold medal today in women's pro singles.
Players, we have another awards presentation, the Women's Senior Pro Singles. Your 2022 bronze medalist, Brenda Tilford. Your silver medalist is Julie Johnson. And your 2022 Mesa Open APC Singles Champion, Miss Jennifer Dawson. Please report to the Franklin Medal Center.
I haven't seen too many errors from Koop or Irvine. They've missed a couple dinks here these last two rallies. 6-9-1. Still on first server. And another one.
Another one just kind of rushed that one a little bit.
And a good timeout here from Irvine and Koop. Was wondering if that was coming. And it is indeed, as Tereschenko and David trail just by 2 now here in game 1, and they'll have the ball back on first serve when we come back into this. I think, we're just seeing a couple, as I mentioned, some unforced errors here the last couple rallies that we haven't really seen from Irvine and Koop, playing very confidently so far here. So that's left the door open a little wider than they would have liked for Tereschenko and David here in game 1. We'll see if they can blockade that door a little bit better coming out of this timeout.
Yeah, just a little bit of discussion, not a ton, but they know that it was just a couple mistakes, right? There doesn't need to be an adjustment in strategy, but it's just they know they're just not executing their dinks there, so probably just trying to change the momentum here.
All right, 7-9-1 coming in from this timeout. Wow, nice rally.
Great exchange.
Good patience, good defense. Koop and Irvine were able to get back into there, but then Tereschenko and David just kept pressing.
Yep.
Within 1 now. Again, you can see, especially during those dink rallies, all 4 women, they just get so low in that athletic stance, knees bent, staying down low so they're ready for those speed ups. Vivian David probably the lowest of them all.
Oh, just a great shot. Jesse says good spot. Koop was able to put that ball right between Tereschenko and David. Tereschenko reaching, but just couldn't really get it back in play. Great reset.
Tereschenko did so much work to keep them in that rally and then dumps that last one in the net. You can see the paddle drop of frustration there. And Irvine and Koop have a
see it again.
game point here. We have an offensive timeout from Koop and Irvine.
We've been seeing that last couple days.
Interesting. You'd think they had that. They came out on top of that really extended, tough rally. You'd think they'd want to just roll into it and not let Tereschenko and David have the timeout and chance to kind of regroup after that frustrating outcome. So an interesting timeout here.
Right, and I think maybe, obviously we don't know what they're thinking
Sure, of
exactly.
course.
We're kind of guessing, but maybe for Jessie calling that timeout, since she's the one who initiated it, it's less about giving the other team a chance, but maybe more
Sure,
like, I just need
course.
to make sure I do what I know I need to do here so that we can close this out and not extend the match. And again,
Yeah.
we've seen that last couple days.
Yeah, of course they're taking the time out for whatever they need it
Sure.
for. It's about them. They're not thinking about, of course, Tereschenko and David here. It's just, the downside is they got
Right.
the timeout as well as
Yep.
a chance to kind of
Yeah,
refresh.
especially after that show of frustration by Tereschenko.
All right, game point here for Koop and Irvine. And it's
Oh, and it
good.
lands in.
Tereschenko lets it go, expecting it to be out. I think she maybe was a little closer to that line than she actually was.
Right.
So Irvine and Koop take game one here in our gold medal match, 11-8. Again, if they win the 2 out of 3 portion, it forces that tiebreaker match to 15. So we'll see if we need it or not after this short break. Game number 2 coming up right after this. Back, everyone, to the APP Tour Mesa Open. Lauren McLaughlin and Daniel Roditi here all day in our medal match Sunday. It has been some phenomenal pickleball already, but still many matches to come. This one still to be decided. Our women's pro doubles gold medal match. Vivian David and Irina Tereschenko now on the near end, serving first to Andrea Koop and Jessie Irvine. Irvine and Koop taking game one, 11-8. David and Tereschenko coming through our winner bracket. So if they do not win this 2 out of 3 portion of the gold medal match, we will have a tiebreaker match to 15 following.
Wow.
Gorgeous shot from Koop right up the middle there.
Yeah, a little hesitation there by David. Almost got the impression that she thought maybe Tereschenko was going to come over with her forehand to block that. Let that one go. Is there ever a time that David is not smiling?
It's very rare.
Yes.
You know something is terribly, terribly wrong if she's not all smiles.
Great, powerful volley there by Irvine. David climbing the stands to go get the ball. That's how we roll in pickleball. We get our own balls
We
here.
sure do. None of that elitist ball boy
Yeah,
nonsense.
there's no ball boys here.
Oh, nice get from David. Just gets so low. You
Yeah.
can just see there, just, it's just leg day every day for Vivian David out here.
Great. Forehand there by Tereschenko. Yeah, you'll notice for the viewers, you'll notice as these ladies, even when they're moving back and they're defending, their weight's always neutral or forward. They're never leaning back. Very important. It's a great return by Jessie Irvine there, pushing Tereschenko all the way back, wondering if the ball was in or not. I think it was in.
Attention players, Scott Moore to the tournament desk. Scott Moore to the tournament desk.
Just catches the tape there from Tereschenko.
Little hop.
Little hop and a skip. Keeps that ball in. Oh, you can just tell when Jessie Irvine just kind of extends that full arm with that paddle out there. You just know you're in trouble, essentially. No matter where that ball comes off the paddle, it's danger zone And we have a timeout here as a result of that amazing shot from Tereschenko and David. Currently down again here in game 2. They were able to battle back, keep it close in game 1. Again, there is a slight, we mentioned it yesterday as well in our medal matches for our senior pros. There is perhaps a slight mentality of, you know, Tereschenko and David, of course, are going to give it their all. They want to win it right now. They don't want to pull out that tiebreaker match. But if things are not going their way, it is kind of, you have that safety net of the tiebreaker match, which we see can go entirely different than how the 2 out of 3 portion went. So they do have that, you know, as a safe fail if they are not able to take this 2 out of 3 portion. So I think that takes a little bit of pressure off that that they will be able to try again after this. This wouldn't be it for them. So
some of the urgency maybe isn't quite there. Good leave by Tereschenko. That ball did not miss by that much, just a few inches. But of course she has a great eye, knows when the ball's going to sail. Put away. But, you know, talking about that, having that cushion or that safety net, as you said, we have already witnessed 2 double dips, right? In the today in the singles with the men. Yesterday, last night.
Good leave again. Good dig there from Tereschenko. Looks like a little confusion. Irvine immediately said sorry to Koop.
Yeah,
I think she should have let her take that.
Should have let it go, and on top of that, she just kind of reached instead of taking a
bit of an awkward
step.
way to hit that ball.
Right. Beautiful.
Phenomenal digs on both sides to keep this rally going, but Koop able to finish it with that shot up the middle.
Not an easy shot. It was so low, and yet she was able to produce power and yet keep it in play. Obviously very hard to do. A lot of topspin on that ball. Great deep return by Irvine. It's an inside-out backhand volley.
And a good angle as well on that finishing shot.
We see the sign by David that she's going to be switching again for the viewers. If you're relatively new to tournament play or not sure what the signs are. That's a great shot by Irvine. Gets pumped up, hits that middle ball with her forehand. If the person at the net is using the open hand, means she's going to be, or he will be switching with their partner.
Closed fist means they're staying.
They're going to stay. Sometimes they do kind of a tennis of a open and close hand. You see that sometimes. That's kind of a fake. Means they're going to be faking their poach. Error there by Tereschenko. You see how she is choosing to go to the alternative instead of using the sign, just standing to the side and just slide into the court. It's another way that you can stack.
Nice
great shot.
There.
Very, very nice. The signature Tereschenko forehand roll there. Yeah, that's a great job placing it nice and low.
Tereschenko and David trying to get up, and they do.
Great exchange there.
Irvine saying they're one at a time to her partner Koop. It's a good strategy.
Yes.
Just 1 point at a time, one rally at a time.
David is ready for that one. And of course, it sounds obvious, right? You don't have an option. You have to play them one at a time. But sometimes, yeah, you can kind of get ahead of yourself and trying to narrow a gap or finish the game when you still have 4 points to go. You have to just concentrate on each one. Like we see right there, just miss the return.
Yeah. Couple quick points can go really fast all of a sudden, especially if you have, you know, a missed return. Sailing long, quick free point.
That's deep serve. Ooh.
And again, so another 2 errors, you know, back to back from Irvine and 2 quick points and immediate timeout as a result. So they understand the importance of got a little momentum going.
Right.
A couple errors. You gotta just take a beat, reset.
Yeah. Yeah, you know, as we were mentioning about the incredible play in the transition zone for those of you maybe you're new to pickleball. People tend to practice the dinks, which you should. Obviously, third shot drops, which you should, but really practice in that transition zone. The more comfortable you are in that area, it takes pressure off your thirds because then you don't feel like they have to be perfect to get to the kitchen. You can easily play a fifth in that transition zone. Of course, we see that a lot with the pros. They're so comfortable in that area of the court. They're so good at resetting. That's usually what you're going to be looking to do in that part of the court.
Absolutely. So coming out of this timeout, Vivian David and Irina Tereschenko will be continuing to serve. 4-7-2. Irvine and Koop just need one stop to get that ball back. Ooh, a
little help from the net there.
Net love.
Net love there.
Tereschenko.
Smiles from David, of course. Skip. We get a to Tereschenko, excited about that exchange. Kind of want to roll here.
Definitely. They're still on second server coming out of that timeout. And I've just kept it going here. Ooh, and they're going to tie it up right now, 7-7. Tereschenko and David looking to take this second game and force that third game and avoid that tiebreaker match to 15.
Great job there by Koop. Great return. And then the next ball pushes Tereschenko even further back. Little hesitation there from David. Again, we can only guess what they might have been thinking. Maybe she thought Tereschenko would come over.
Good job by Koop getting out of the way of that.
Yeah, she seemed to start moving out of the way even before contact, and just. When I grow up, I want to have the eye of all these ladies.
Absolutely.
Let the ball go.
Oh, wow. Beautiful spot right in that back corner. And it's right here, Viv. All right, so it's going to be a match point when we come back from this timeout for Jessie Irvine and Andrea Koop. Again, if they win this game or the next, we'll force that tiebreaker match to 15. We have quite the crowd here. All sides of our beautiful stadium court, covered court here at Legacy Sports Complex in Bellbank Park. Everyone really enjoying having this high-level pickleball to watch at this beautiful new complex, especially in this sort of really great environment, having the crowd all around. It's great for the players as well. They feed off that.
Yes.
You know, there's energy from the crowd, cheering, gasping, all that good stuff that you love from an audience at a sporting event. We haven't seen the wave yet, but I bet I could get it started if I tried. All right, match point here. And they hold him one more time.
Right, looking for one more hold.
Oh, there's nothing Tereschenko can do about that as she kind of
just
throws her
runs
hands
into
up.
that ball, yeah.
Catches the net. So Irvine and Koop complete the first scoop of the double dip. And we will take up to 10 minutes now if our players want it all before we go into that tiebreaker match to 15. I think both of our teams will strategize going into this new match, as it's, you know, those two games, they don't count for anything. Now this is for all the marbles. Of course, our co-host Vivian David along with Deckel Barr on that beautiful LED screen here on Championship Court. But we will take a break here. Don't go anywhere, though. That tiebreaker match to 15 to decide our gold and silver medalists here in our Women's Pro Doubles division at the APP Mesa Open is coming up right after this. Welcome back, everyone, to Championship Court here at the APP Mesa Open. Lauren McLaughlin and Daniel Roditi here courtside with you all day. And once again, we have a tiebreaker match to 15 to determine a gold medal match here today. Andrea Koop and Jessie Irvine have completed the first part of the double dip here, winning the 2 out of 3 portion over Irina Tereschenko and Vivian David, which triggers this one match to 15 in this double elimination format. A lot of people sort of wonder why you do this second match, but it's because Tereschenko and David had not lost yet today. So they now have their first loss with the 2 out of 3 portion. So it forces, because it is double elimination, that they would have to lose a second time in order to be the silver medalist. So looks like Andrea Koop and Jessie Irvine will start on the near end here in this match to 15. Vivian David and Irina Tereschenko on the far end. Our players will switch ends at 8 in this match to 15. And when this is done, we'll have a gold and silver medalist. It'll be interesting to see what perhaps we see different, especially out of Irina Tereschenko and Vivian David, that didn't get them the win in the 2 out of 3 portion. So it'll be interesting to see how they perhaps change some things up here in this match to 15. Oh, she catches that back line.
Yeah, I thought Irvine and Koop did a great job after giving up a 7-1 lead, get tied up at 7, and then being able to close out that second game. Does a lot for the confidence going into this tiebreak game. See that high loopy serve by Tereschenko that we talked so much about yesterday. See Tereschenko trying to call Vivian David off of that shot. Still, they were able to still win the point.
Nice pick up there from David.
Great resets.
Wow.
Wow.
Wow, 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 wow. Woo. Goodness gracious, just when you think
Yep.
it's over 7 times in the middle of a rally, these ladies keep it going, but Koop finally with the error there on that last shot.
Irvine coming over, trying to help. Maybe looking for an opportunity to take a ball in the middle with her back in. They're doing a
Oh,
good job
such
of
angles.
keeping it away from her. There she goes.
Just how low David gets to be able to get that ball.
Right.
Unbelievable. Crowd goes wild.
Long point. You could see Koop kind of breathing hard. She saw most of those balls.
And you'll notice a lot of people in lower levels or rec play, they get into dink battles and they just keep hitting the ball to the same spot, same
Right.
spot, same spot.
Right.
You'll notice that never happens at the pro level. That ball is moving around, different people, different spots on the court.
Right.
You have to have that variety.
There's that fully extended forehand by Irvine. It's beautiful
Finally,
backhand.
the angle is what gets the job done, as you see often is necessary, and a smile out of her. I'm sure she wished she didn't have to hit the 5 before that.
Irina
to
says
get the
that
job
was not
done.
nice.
She tried to make her dive into the stands. We also, if you are watching with us on our YouTube channel, APP TV, we are rocking some fun polls for you guys at home to vote on who you think is going to win or get to 8 first. So pay attention to those. Super fun to see what you guys think at home.
Yeah, again, Irvine hits another angle, this time with a one hand from the middle of the court. Just jams Koop on that right hip that we talked so much about yesterday.
Oh, beautiful spot
Great
from Irvine.
job.
Just waited till the very last second
Yeah,
to kind of
see that in
show
the-
where she's going with
She
it.
kind of holds it. Vivian thinks she's going
She
maybe
could
middle.
go middle, yep. Pulls it to that back corner. Beautifully done. Tied at 2s here in this match to 15.
Wow, great get by Irvine. Dropping that ball in the kitchen allows her to move back in and gets an
Tereschenko with
error from Tereschenko. We're going to see that on the replay. Just a great get there, fully extended and perfect touch.
Oh, good recovery from David off the net. job, David. See, again, that you mix it up, catch people off guard.
Irvine says, yeah, nice spot. David just put that ball in a really good place, but it was tough for Irvine to be able to dink it back.
She is so good at those ATPs.
Yeah, we saw a few of those yesterday. Look how long she waits for that ball to, and we're at a perfect angle. It did not clear the post by much.
No,
and
she did not have a lot to work with.
She had to hit a perfect shot to get around the post and still keep it in play.
Tereschenko manages to get out of the kitchen and reestablish herself after having to get that.
Asking if Tereschenko was able to get out of the kitchen before hitting that next ball. Of course, you got to get both feet out, touching outside the kitchen for it to be legal. David ready with that backhand and kind of a 1-2 backhand forehand combo there.
She wants you to hit it to that backhand.
Yeah,
she's ready for it. She wants it.
She's so quick with it. I was able to draw a little pop-up.
4-3-2. Tereschenko and David take a 1-point lead here.
There's that backhand. Oh, some help from the net
net
there, some net love.
Forward there.
We saw David come over and take that middle ball with her backhand. Of course, a lot of these players have amazing backhands, so they're not afraid to do that with their backhand.
Little mini kick.
Yeah, the kick didn't work that time.
You'll of course notice all four of these women have tremendous two-handed backhands,
Right.
as we mentioned a lot. Definitely, if you don't have a two-handed backhand, it might be worth playing with. See how you like it. See if it improves anything, gives you a
Right.
little more control.
Right.
But it can be a learned skill if you
Right.
don't kind of naturally use that
Absolutely.
two-handed backhand. But worth trying out.
I do that a lot with some of my students, even if they don't come from tennis. I have them try it if they're having a really hard time with that one-handed backhand. Nice defense.
Again, look at the movement
Right.
of where the ball is going on that dink rally.
Yep, they were kind of working those corners. Irvine just misses that backhand. Some of you may be wondering, Koop's right arm sleeve. A lot of players like to wear compression sleeves. It's not so much for the sun. In her case, obviously, she's not wearing it on her other arm. Just a great get. Tereschenko comes over.
My gosh! Unbelievable.
Tereschenko a little fortunate there, coming over maybe a little too far, but was able to recover and make a great backhand block there.
All four of these women are my heroes. I should have posters of them on my wall. They're so good.
Absolutely. How low again David is. Angle.
I mean, they last and they get back in it. They're back up at the kitchen line after that. and they come out on top. This is an
just
unbelievable
pumped up
two
there.
rallies there for Tereschenko and David.
Yeah, you saw Tereschenko anticipating that wide overhead, was running there before it was even hit.
She got burned on that previously, so
Right.
made sure to cover that time.
Yep. Ooh, that's a really tough shot to make. I know that David can make that shot, but you got a smile there that she knows maybe a little bit ambitious even for her to try to pull that shot off.
And again, we'll switch ends at 8. Oh, good spot up that middle. Catches David a little leaning towards that
Yes.
sideline, and then she tried to get her paddle out and get on there. Put a little bit of a paddle on it, but not a good one, so
Right.
puts that into the net.
Yeah, Koop has actually attacked her right at her body, kind of in that line towards the corner. Maybe David anticipating that same shot. Instead, Koop went to the middle.
Yeah, Koop left that just a little too high, and Tereschenko able to step that kitchen corner and take that out of the air.
Yeah, she rushed that line. Maybe would have been better off slowing herself down a little bit and maybe taking it off the bounce.
Irvine taking over here.
Miscommunication there.
The whole
on David and
stadium
Tereschenko.
just gave the big
Yes.
just like we did.
Yeah, we talked about this earlier. Earlier Koop kind of got on a roll there and hit like 2 or 3 balls. Irvine got out of her way, and then we saw the opposite here. Sometimes your partner's kind of in a good flow, good rhythm, and you just get out of the way and let them do their thing.
Oh, there's that two-handed backhand from Viv.
Yep.
Even though it's up a little high, it's up at her shoulder,
Right.
which isn't maybe where ideally they want it. She's ready for that, and
Yep.
she kind of has a wide range of very attackable two-handed backhands. Oh, that ball.
Got some, again,
Little
help from-
backspin.
help from the net there.
Drops down and then actually jumped away from Irvine's paddle with a little backspin on it as it came over the net.
Really targeting Koop here. She's done a great job up to this point. There's that backhand. Another one.
A good pickup from Tereschenko and David. And they're pushed. Tereschenko
see.
calls that out.
They asked the
And
ref.
asked the
The
refs
ref asked
and-
the other ref. Nobody saw it. Tough for the refs
Yep,
to
we
see
can
that
see
ball.
on that replay there. Looks like it was very close to that sideline.
Yeah, and we mentioned this yesterday on the broadcast. Sometimes when you're watching the screen, the lines, they're brighter, so
Yep.
they look a little bit wider. So maybe at home you may think that ball is in, that was a bad call. But actually, the lines do look brighter on the screen than they really are, and so sometimes that can give you the impression that a ball caught the line when it maybe didn't.
Yeah, I think that's good to remember at home.
Right.
And again, you know, sometimes it's hard to tell right on top of a ball, let
Yeah.
alone, you know, at home
Right.
on a video that's not right up on there. And of course, everyone
Right.
talks about, here's that play again. And the ball
the
hits
tape.
essentially right behind the tape.
Right.
It does look, from the very little that we can see, that it did clear that line, but very, very close. And
Yeah.
a lot of people talk about, you know, like, why can't we get Hawkeye for
Right.
pickleball? And, you know, it's a very, very expensive system,
Right.
obviously, that you sort of permanently put on a court. And because pickleball is at different venues, it's moving. Hawkeye isn't really a movable system to
Yeah.
take with you. So I think some people are working on developing versions of a Hawkeye system for pickleball. Hopefully we can get something like that in the next couple years.
Yeah, something I think more realistic would be, which it's been tried in the past, having line judges who are only watching those lines. There's obviously positives and negatives about that.
Yeah, I mean, there's always going to be human error when there's,
Yes.
you know, humans involved. So
Right.
it's not going to be a perfect system, but,
Right, whether it's the players making the call or the refs making the call.
ugh, I'm going to pick up from Tereschenko.
Great. A little
Oh,
miss
she
hit,
gets
but
it.
stays in.
Oh, the roll, and Tereschenko's going to take a lap.
Runs into that post, trying
wow.
to run that ball down. David's
course,
little skip hop there
I know,
wasn't enough.
Players have switched ends now here in this match to 15, so David and Tereschenko will conclude this match on the near end. Jesse Irvine and Andrea Koop now on the far end.
Oh, returning the favor.
Almost gets it. Hits
Yeah.
that tape. Very difficult when the ball's so close to the net to be able to do anything with that. And, ooh, I am loving the crowd engagement.
Yeah,
they are
that's awesome.
so into these matches today.
That's one of those.
Such a great atmosphere.
Sorry, not sorry. You just did it to us. Returning the favor there. Oh, great poach by David. You see immediately Tereschenko switching sides to get a timeout.
See.
Pumped up.
Andrea Koop just yelling to the sky. Why does this happen? So,
Great movement there. You just see amazing coverage of the court, knowing as your partner is moving to cover the other side. Of course, they're the best at it. That's why you see it.
Again, Lauren McLaughlin and Daniel Roditi here on the mic with you guys for the day as we are rolling through our medal matches in our pro brackets. We will have our men's pro doubles bronze medal coming up next. It's going to be Spencer Smith and Callan Dawson taking on Zane Navertil and Dylan Frazier. So that is a not to be missed event. Our stands are getting close to full here on Championship Court. Definitely some seats still available, but people still coming in from the surrounding areas, and it's shaping up to be a pretty fantastic day of pickleball here in Mesa, Arizona. Back from this timeout, Tereschenko and David inching their way closer to that gold medal.
Great
Now
exchange
just
there.
3 points away.
You said right after that first two games are over, anything can happen in the tie break. Nice job by
Irvine, I'm a little surprised. We've seen so many times the defense from Tereschenko and David on these overheads is just so good. I'm not seeing a lot of, angles or trying to mix it up, even sort of drop volley it over the net, mix it up, because they're just getting everything back when it's just sort of a straight ahead overhead.
Kind of seeing a sort of a flipped script here, right, from the first two games to this one. Certainly Tereschenko and David in control, as were Irvine and Koop in the previous.
Gold medal match point here for David and Tereschenko.
Nice defense. Tereschenko staying back. There she goes.
Beautiful shot down that sideline from Vivian David. Mixes it up a little. Not a lot of power, just floats it down. Big high five for first-time partners, Irina Tereschenko and Vivian David.
Great job.
Thanking the crowd. Big applause all around. What an amazing gold medal match again here today. Medal match Sunday. So I will head over to the Franklin studio to chat with our gold medalists here. And then, as I mentioned, we will be right back here on championship court at the APP Mesa Open with our men's pro doubles bronze medal match. Don't go anywhere. More amazing pickleball coming up next. Welcome back, everyone. Lauren McLaughlin here in the Franklin studio with our gold medalists, Vivian David and Irina Tereschenko. I have a Irina Tereschenko paddle here. Are you going to sign it? Do I get to take this home?
No, just to hold, because you told me you want to be like me, so I told you if you hold it for a little bit, you'll get closer.
I'm hoping I just kind of like absorb some of your powers. So an unbelievable job, guys. You avoided the double dip. You lost, of course, in 2 to Andrea Koop and Jessie Irvine. You did defeat them the first time you played them in 3 tough matches. So going into that tiebreaker match to 15, what did you guys discuss to change up that needed to happen?
More of patience, just kind of grinding it out, because we found ourselves caught on our speed ups. Like, I personally had problems seeing the ball in the beginning. Like, they sped it up, or we sped it up, and I wasn't ready for the counter. So really waiting a little bit more for that right opportunity, grinding out the points. The more I play personally, the better I feel after. So the reps really help me feel better as we play. And Irina played great. She played singles this morning. Congratulations on your gold. So I knew she was warm.
Absolutely, a double gold already here today for Irina Tereschenko. Again, we've mentioned before, this is the first time partnership for you guys. It obviously went very well. What were some of, the strengths of both of your games that you feel like work so well together?
Well, I knew even after Jessie Irvine hit her probably 7th ATP, I know both of us were pretty strong mentally, and we're able to rebound from it. And I think that's one of the things that we're probably are able to move past our mistakes or their great shots fairly quickly. That's what makes us a good team. And I just want to give credit to Jessie and Andrea. They played fantastic, super aggressive. And I want to thank the crowd. We had a good atmosphere. I think everybody enjoyed the match, and we really played our hearts out to entertain you guys. So thanks for being here. It was awesome. Good job.
We were indeed entertained. So on that note, an amazing crowd here at Legacy, beautiful stadium court. As a player, how much does that really help to kind of have, the crowd cheering you on after those amazing shots and just feel that energy?
Oh, it's huge. I mean, the crowd is amazing. Like, after a long rally, just to hear the applause and stuff, it definitely gets me energized. But personally, I'll say I usually lock into matches, so sometimes I don't even hear the crowd. But thank you, everyone.
Absolutely. A big congrats again to our gold medalists here in women's pro doubles, Irina Tereschenko and Vivian David. So we will take a short break and be back with that men's pro doubles bronze medal match right after this. Again, congrats, ladies. And we'll be back with more action. Don't go anywhere, guys.
Love you, Matt Wright. Love you.